The best show on Friday nights.
Fumble a bag, now I when I fumble a bag. Fumble a bag, now I when I fumble a bag. Act like you know how this goes.
Your hosts for the evening: Molly Dorst, Jim Beard, and Lefty the Video Jedi.
Woohoo, my friends! Welcome to Friday Night Live. The gang is back together. It's so good. It's so good to be back. I have missed you. I've missed you guys.
I've missed you too.
Jim, that face! Oh my God! I'm so happy I'm seeing it.
And also, happy belated
it's you and my
birthday,
mom
Jim.
that think that. So, what's that?
Happy belated birthday!
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm the big 40.
Woo!
I did it against all odds.
Congratulations and cheers to another 40.
Thank you. I appreciate
right.
that.
Well, tonight.
So, Canadian
Tonight-
imports.
Canadian import.
I am so excited because the gang is back together and we have a little secret that we want to share with you guys because secrets suck. And it's way better to share them with the world and get people involved in the cool things we're working on.
So many cool things.
So many cool things. So many cool things. So the one we're going to talk about is it's June, and we're going to talk about Funnel Hacking Live because why not? No, we are not going to list off all of the different speakers and go and talk about that. No. We're going to talk about the fast money strategy that is going to help Lefty get to Funnel Hacking Live. That has helped so many different entrepreneurs get to their very first Funnel Hacking Live when they're sitting there going, dude, I need money to get to Funnel Hacking Live. And you list off all of the different costs that are associated with it, and it ain't cheap. But you know what's cool about being an entrepreneur? You have a skill set that you can trade in exchange for whatever, money or barter for tickets, maybe, whatever. Okay, so we know, at least I know, one of the biggest names who has used a fast money strategy to get to Funnel Hacking Live was the one and only Mr. Steve Larson.
Yeah.
Mr. Steve Larson, to get to his very first Funnel Hacking Live, used his entrepreneurial skill, his talent of making funnels. And he traded those for the different things that he needed in order to get there. He traded for a plane ticket. He traded for a place to stay. He traded for the ticket. That's the kind of cool bootstrapping attitude. So you can do it that. You can do the raw exchange like that. But the sad thing is, when you're coming from Canada, a lot of people, you need the cash money. You need the cash money. So Lefty,
Yes.
how are you going to get there?
How am I going to get there?
How are you gonna get there?
I'm going to.
You can't sell your body.
No, you can't. That's illegal. I mean, I don't know if it's illegal.
There are
in
websites for
Florida,
that.
but it's not right. It's not nice. How we're gonna get me there is I'm gonna film live in action VSLs right on the spot.
I like it.
Whether it's in the hotel, whether it's out on a strip somewhere, whether it's in your hotel room, whether it's at the buffet bar, who knows? We're just gonna
buffet bar VSL could be pretty fire, as the kids say.
I mean, can you imagine just be like filling up your plate, going down the line? It's like, all right, the 3 secrets that got me here are, and you just
Yes, that would be me. And I'd talk to you until my omelet is done, and then I'd just walk away.
But that's it. I'm gonna be offering anything. It's a VSL promotional video, anything that will get your business to boom. Maybe it's the first time you're ever gonna be investing in yourself to that caliber, and you want to just go big or go home. Help me help you.
Yes.
I like
So the idea is we're going to have this giant campaign of helping Lefty get to FHL. in this, he's going to have a goal of how many of his VSLs he needs to sell. He's going to say, hey, let's just pick a number. We're still going to work out the math, but let's say we're doing 10. We need 10 VSLs in order to get Lefty to FHL. Will you be one of those? And he's going to offer this incredible deal, this action taker deal. That means by the end, by the time you get home from Funnel Hacking Live, you will be able to say, not only did I learn there, but I got my VSL done. I am ready to start making money the day I get back from FHL. Heck, you might even be able to get Lefty to finish it off even earlier for you. Who knows? But
Who knows?
you will have taken that fundamental action. You get to sit back and let your team, Lefty, the professional video Jedi, do the work for you. That, I think, is absolutely incredible. And what's so cool about it is you're helping Lefty get to his very first FHL, which we are so excited. We love to see people go to their first.
Number one.
Kind of makes me blush. And then you also get to be part of that. We'll film your VSL on site if you want, which is awesome. You get to be part of the visibility hacking community in person. And hey, you might even have some extra bonuses live while we are there as well. But that's a secret for another day. But you get all of this great, incredible action-taking value. And you get to meet up with Lefty.
That's
Hey,
it.
he'll even sign something for you.
I'll
And
sign
he can
your
sign
VSL.
Jason Momoa too if you
can
want.
touch
You
his
ask him
beard.
nicely.
No, touch my beard, play with my hair, whatever.
Yeah, put that
No
in
one
your
said anything
bonuses.
about playing with your hair. Don't get weird.
That's extra. That's extra.
One
I love
stroke
it.
of the
I love
beard.
it. Funnel Hacking Live, for those of you guys that haven't gone, was life-changing. Period. It was life-changing. It's so incredible and it's so understated. The power of being around other people that know your struggle, that know where you are, know where you're going, know where you've been, and the potential in manifesting a dream. And there are a few places on this earth, other than Funnel Hacking Live, that do it like they do.
Mhm.
It is a community. Most people, you think it's a software. At its bare bones, it's a software. It's a landing page builder and membership page build. It's a software. But what they've created is something not unlike a Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson, it becomes a lifestyle. It becomes a community. And yes, there's a motorcycle, but it's so much more than the sum of its parts. And that is what ClickFunnels has created. And that is why people stick with ClickFunnels, is because of that amazing community that they've created. And they have harnessed it in a way you leave there like a rabid animal. Seriously, like you are insane when you leave that place because you are filled with motivation, contacts, networking, potential, dreams, all of it. And you walk, they just unleash you on the world. And you are a crazy person. It's amazing. And I think that every one of you out there watching should experience it at least once in your lifetime because it is incredible. For what they charge in comparison to what you get, it is an amazing value. And just get your ass there.
I'm all
And
ready.
I did exactly what Lefty is going to be doing last year.
Tell us about it.
So
How'd you do it, Jim?
I want to get to Funnel Hacking Live. And I was also doing a lot of home stuff at the time that was outputting a lot of cash. So I was like, I can't rationalize getting to Funnel Hacking Live on these cash stores that I need to be sinking into this house right now. So what do? Hey, oh yeah, I forgot. I have value. Cool. And so I totally forgot about my value. And so I reached out to my network, and there happened to be a post that went up at that time from the absolutely incredible Amanda Holmes, who is Chet Holmes' daughter, who was revamping the book that Chet wrote.
Yeah.
And she was putting her own spin on the book to modernize it to our current time. It's an absolutely incredible book, Ultimate Sales Machine. And so she took over her father's gigantic business when he passed away, which is in itself incredible. She was a singer. She was going through college, following her own path in life. And then all of a sudden she just got like thrown in to this and taking over her father's legacy, and like all that would mean to a person, and the emotional roller coaster that could have been or must have been. And so she goes, I want to make a video talking about this brand new book that honors my father, talks about this transformation and what has happened and where we're going from here.
Mhm.
And we had pitched around a couple ideas, and I told her what I was looking to do, which was to raise money to get to Funnel Hacking Live. That was it. That was all I wanted. I go, I'll do this video for you, and that's what I want to get to. Would you be willing to do this? Yeah, no problem. And so now I had the goal in mind. The ticket is waiting for me at the other side. I just have to finish this video. This video was incredibly hard. It was called Dear Dad. And so it's a letter to her father, essentially asking for permission to rewrite this book. Incredibly emotional, very personal, extreme. I mean, I felt like I was making a video that was out of her journal. Like, it was insanely personal. And it's one of those things that if you don't get it right, it just defaults to really bad. There's like no other option. It's either great, everyone loves it, or this is awful, I'm never showing this to anybody.
Yeah.
And I took it on, and we nailed it. And then now she plays that video before every time she speaks anywhere in the world, which is so
Wow.
cool. And I formed a friend out of it too. So now Amanda and I have formed this wonderful friendship out of it. We talk often, and it's something that has allowed us to bond over this, shared experience that we had creating the video. So she bought my ticket. I got the Funnel Hacking Live. And that is my story of yesteryear.
And I am
And
so
so-
glad that happened, because
Mhm.
I am so excited that I got to meet her. She was the cool lady that had this sign on her back,
Yeah.
my friends who were there in previous years.
You want to talk
So
about putting the work in? That woman puts the work in.
It was
She
incredible to
earns
watch her.
everything that she gets. That she is absolutely incredible. And one of our amazing viewers here, Robert J. Moore, is no stranger to that either.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for joining us here, Robert. And very honored to be a part of his book, just like Lefteris, and a handful of others that are also contributing to that book. He gives a lot of opportunities to people, and is just incredible. So it was really cool listening to his story, obviously here on the show,
Mhm.
and to be some small part of what he's been building. And Lefteris even more so, helping him out with numerous things. I don't know if those have been made public yet, but
Yeah,
there's some things coming there.
slightly public. It's actually, I think it was actually public as of today, because I believe he put an article out about it. But
Yeah.
Rob and I have been, Robert and I have been running around like chickens with our heads cut off. Let's put it that way. We've been
Mhm.
working very closely together the last 2 weeks, just organizing locations, organizing like cameos of who's going to be speaking in his autobiography that I'm going to be filming for him, figuring out who plays what role at what part of the script, essentially, right? Because I've given Robert an entire framework, right? Now he's the type of person that he says it like it is. I'm not going to be writing down bullet points. You're just going to ask me questions and just let me say what I got to say.
Yep.
All right, cool. Even better for me, right? Now it's a matter of the questions that were given. It's like finding where to put people in. It's not a challenge, but it definitely is one of the bigger challenges when putting together this autobiography. Plus, it's probably going to be like, it'll probably be one of my longest films. It'll probably have like a 90-minute running time.
Mhm.
So yeah, I've been already looking forward to the journey. It's been awesome. We're actually heading out to Guelph tomorrow, which is west of the city of Toronto, and we got more cameos to film, and we're just driving all over the city, having a good old time.
I love that so much, man. And I hope that you guys are capturing some of that behind the scenes stuff.
Oh yeah,
Like you guys talking it out, ideating and figuring stuff out. That stuff is so great to add in as like a bonus features or
yeah,
extra add-on. That's so cool.
yeah. We're definitely doing some cool stuff. I always have the camera rolling on this guy. Like
Good.
the camera just like does not stop. We're sitting in the car. I'm in the passenger seat, and I'm literally like camera to his face as he's driving, and he's just talking whatever he wants to say, and I'm asking questions at times. But yeah, it's awesome. And if you're gonna film in the car, you got to get yourself a wide angle lens because it does not work with a nifty 50. I'll tell you guys that right now.
Nifty 50. So, Molly, what is your story? How are we bringing Molly back to FHL?
She's already got her ticket.
Oh, this is done.
She's
That's a short story. That's a short
Oh
story.
yeah, I bought my ticket last year. I wanted the t-shirt.
I wanted the t-shirt.
I wanted the
Molly.
t-shirt.
I love it.
I bought it last year. No, last year, actually, I'm gonna tell people one of our secrets, Jim.
Yeah.
Last year, Jim and I both had this aha moment, this transformation while we were sitting and watching Daryl Eves. And we were
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, and we all throughout Funnel Hacking Live, Jim and I sat next to each other and we'd whisper things at each other of like, oh, that's a really good point, or like, holy crow, that is something like an aha thing. We have to write that down. We have to implement that. Or that's someone we need to connect with. That's something we need to do. And it was like this, but during Daryl Eves, it was a completely different vibe with the two of us. It was, we'd go to say something to each other. No, we are full attention. We are listening. And so I wrote down, I will bring it out. I don't have it with me now, but I wrote down a contract, an agreement that said, we will do something like, we will do whatever it takes to pay the $100,000 to hire Daryl Eves. For some reason, that is so hard for my mouth to say tonight. And then we both signed it, and we said it we read it, wrote it, and signed it in silence, in complete awe of going, this moment on stage. It was like 20 minutes long. That's it. It was 20 minutes of the multiple day event where we just went, that was something aha. And that was just one of like many events. But it was in that moment that I said to myself, the second I have the option to fill out the card and get my ticket for next year, I'm buying it. It's always a better price as well. Just FYI.
That's true.
And guys, let's not forget that the secret member of the Visibility Hacking crew, who's always behind the scenes, rarely ever shows up. But when she does make a stink. My beautiful wife, Julietta, is going to also be joining us at Funnel Hacking Live as well. So it's not going to be just the three amigos. It's going to be the four musketeers, okay?
And you get a deal when you buy 2 tickets too. Or when you buy one and then you bring your business partner.
Yeah. Well, she is, right?
AKA,
yeah, exactly. You buy them at the
AKA
same
the
time, you
brains
get
of
the
the
second
operation,
ticket
right?
for like $200 off.
She is definitely the brains of the operation. Oh
That's
man.
right. Yeah, add partner tickets for $7.97 each instead of the $9.97.
Yep. I'm just super pumped. It's like what we're doing, and like Molly and I were at breakfast yesterday. We're sitting down over a beautiful omelet and some pancakes. Table covered with all this
four-seater table full of food and pancakes. And it was beautiful.
And I'm just like, Molly, I got to get to Funnel Hacking Live. And Molly's like, takes one little bite of her pancake, and she's like, I know how I'm gonna get you there. And that was it. Off to the races. We went back to her place. We strategized. We filmed up cameras. because I'm doing a live webinar on Canada Day, and
We got to tell them about that too.
yeah, and it was just like, we're doing this, we're gonna have a funnel, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. Oh, there's just so much. And I would be so excited to be able to like meet not only new people that might have seen me around and want to work with me, but I'm super excited to even just like see the already like friendships that I've built online in this past like year and a half, who potentially might also be there.
It's
right?
tremendous.
And
Meeting all the people that I've encountered over the last 4-ish years in person was incredible. Just incredible.
you know what? I'll say it here because I've already said it to Molly. If I meet my quota to get the funnel hacking live, and there just so happens to be a little extra because somebody was just like, oh man, I know you already got rid of 10 spots, but can I be like the 11th person or whatever? If I hit this beautiful quota of mine, I just might bring one lucky contestant for an awesome day to Universal Studios with me and the gang.
I like that. I like that.
Ba-bum, choo.
Aww.
Aw.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna miss it, you might as well be in Italy.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, I can't mess with that.
So as long as you have some pizza for us, then it'll be okay.
That's right.
Yeah. But hey, maybe I might be in New York before she leaves. That's another awesome conversation that we've been talking about. So just let's
talk about what happened after Lefty and I finished breakfast. Let's just tell you about the last couple days that I've had off.
Yeah.
So Lefty and I go for breakfast. Lefty and I come back to my place because we're working on setting up some cameras, making sure we have the right cables and some live stream setup tech, just ironing out some of making sure the microphones are all good and everyone's set up and we're ready for an awesome live stream experience. Why are we setting up cameras and testing a live stream experience, Lefty? Why are we taking live streaming mobile? What's going on?
We're doing that because Toronto never gets anything. So I've decided to pair up.
We don't get cool events.
We don't get cool events. So I've decided to also pair up with 2 other awesome entrepreneurs. And we are going to bring the first annual Social Summit series to Toronto, where I'm going to be talking about promotional advertising. My other colleague, Anya, is going to be talking about everything to do with Instagram. And we also have Shri coming on board, who is also going to be in person. She's flying in from Texas to talk about live videos. And it is just one after the other after the other. You go from organic Instagram to paid stuff for me, and then you build the community with Shri. Boom! You can't get any better than that. And then we have, obviously, Molly's working on this too. She's helping us with the entire live stream, and got to get all the good angles, all the good sides. Get the microphone check in my hand.
Oh yeah.
We in the greens because I'm really, really loud.
My headphone microphone.
Microphone.
Lefty had his Britney
Or the
Spears
skinny
moment, and it was adorable.
Yeah, I brought my Britney game.
You still have all your hair.
Oh, he had it in that beautiful, slick back ponytail in the red cat suit. Like he was going for that era vibe.
Okay. Yeah. No, not shaved head Britney. No.
I
mean, she was fun.
Apparently, she still is. So we're doing this super awesome event, and you can come in person if you want to come hang out in Toronto. There are in-person packages available, and there are also live stream options available. And so that's what I'm going to be there doing, working the decks. We got all of the streaming gear set up. So we'll be bringing it to you live virtually as well if you want to join us for that.
Oh yeah, and Molly, let's not forget that we've also filmed a bit of content for you too a week and a half ago, which was super fun. Jim, I'll give you a thing where it's like there's one video that we did in promo for Friday Night Live, and it might kind of be like the weed circle from that 70s show where the camera just keeps flipping on everybody. When we're just saying
Awesome.
things. I think it's gonna be really fun. I haven't had and you know what? I love June, but I don't like June at the same time because all this content comes to me, and then while all this content comes to me, nobody ever wants me to be home so I can edit the content. But luckily, Monday to Sunday coming up, I'm not going anywhere, and everybody's getting their content.
I'm just downloading the video that Lefty just sent me, so you guys can get a sneak peek.
Do it. It's fun.
Yeah. Let me just get it loaded up here. Tell them a story about getting my head cut off, Lefty.
Oh yeah, that was fun. So Molly was gonna was gonna do like a chase scene as if she was a reporter with a microphone, and I was flying my drone towards her as she was running at my drone. Now the thing is my drone stayed the same level the entire time, but the road kind of dipped, which brought Molly lower to eye level with my drone. And as they met, it was within like an inch that I would have taken the poor girl's head off.
He tells me, I get the direction. Run full speed towards the drone, and the drone will go over your head and then stop. I have to stop. And I hate the sound of drones. So I'm already anxious about like that sound above me, thinking I'm going to get my head chopped off. And this thing comes flying at my face and doesn't move. So now I'm like running at it and then ducking. It was great. It was great. But here's a video. I found a comment in my comments that was kind of, it started off kind of like, I'm sassy and I'm cool and I'm going to leave a mean comment. So of course I engage, and it ended up being actually a good exchange back and forth with some real feedback from them about how these particular videos they were watching felt a little bit too scripted. And I was like, I totally get the vibe. And he's like, I like you more when you're casual. I like you more when you're chatting to other people. Like, absolutely. So I decided to do some actual me having a conversation, or at least me in a more casual way, responding to comments.
So in 500 years from now, who alive today do you think they're going to be talking about? Well, I asked you guys this very simple question, and here are some of your responses. Someone writes, George Floyd. Well, that's a fantastic answer. I think that he definitely made an impact on society. He definitely made an impact on social media, and he became the idol behind a huge movement. So absolutely. Someone else writes, no one, because the human race will be gone. I give you 10 points for that lack of optimism, but maybe you're true. Someone else writes, Elon Musk. I'm going to say yes, I agree with that, because in 500 years from now, his ideas that he's starting up now that seem crazy are going to be commonplace. So I agree with that. Someone else writes, Andrew Tate. I'm going to have to agree with that as well, not because he's going to make a great impact on the world, but instead because of the vast amount of content that he's put out there, not just under his own platforms, but utilizing his followers' platforms as well. So let's keep the morals and ethics aside, just simply because of the content model. Yeah, Andrew Tate might actually last that long. We also have, it will probably be Putin or Trump if he wins 2024, and does something that is drastic. Well, politics aside, I want to know your opinion. So follow our Visibility Hacking Shorts and let me know your opinions in the comments.
I like
Different
it.
style. We're going to try something different. So
Out in the forest, a little nice scenery. Had good
Yeah.
motion to it. It was very casual. I like that.
And I was going with giving myself permission to play that whole
I
day of
love it.
filming. That was my mindset. Trying new things, trying different things, laughing, going off script.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was kind of fun. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm
Me-
excited to fail. I'm excited to learn. I'm
Yeah.
excited to get feedback.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, we have so much, and then me not using my gimbal for almost half a year and forgetting how to use it and having work. I was like, Molly, what the hell? I'm missing this part, and oh, that part goes there. Oh yeah, it was such a rookie
Details.
moment. It was such a rookie moment, but it was so fun.
It's a rookie moment.
There's drone footage. There is a whole bunch of stuff we did for book club.
Yes.
So come definitely join us for book club. We're also starting a new book this coming Thursday. So if you want to jump in on a lot of the books we're doing this summer, we're having a mix of really quick ones that are going to take you, we're only on them for a week, maybe 2 weeks. And then we have towards the end of the summer and into September, more longer books. So you can join us for great chapters, or you can join us for the full series. So we're starting a book. It's like today's whole episode is like brought to you by Lefty, because Lefty also chose this book in the book
Oh,
club,
Brand Gap. Yeah.
which is the Brand Gap, which is really cool. So I'm really excited. I've started a couple pages of it, and yeah, it's definitely going to blow your mind. So, have you read it, Jim?
I've heard of it.
Cool.
It's
Cool.
been recommended to me probably 3 or 4 times.
And then they have the other part of it, the brand flip.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's the brand gap and the brand flip.
Okay.
And
There
they're
you go.
both they're both the same
they're
size,
pairs.
like probably like a couple hundred pages, like very very small, but really cool, really cool. I haven't read the brand gap, but I've read the brand flip, so I'm excited for that one.
So what's the difference between the gap and the flip?
Good.
Well, the
question.
gap, All I know, the gap is the bridge to how to bridge the distance between business strategy and design. So that's
Okay.
the gap. And the flip, I don't know what the flip is, Lefty.
I don't. Oh my god, I don't have the
I have
book
Amazon.
summary. Yeah, get it on Amazon. What's the summary there? Because I don't remember it right now.
The brand flip, why customers now run companies
Yeah,
and
there it
how
is.
to profit from it.
Yes. So it's essentially saying it's like essentially the book is about your customer runs your company. You don't run your company. So
Mhm.
put
Okay.
your
I like that.
put your company in the hands almost of your consumer, and then you're gonna probably start seeing a buttload more profits.
I like it.
that. I like that. Jim, what would you say is the most impactful book you have ever read
Ever?
in like the world of entrepreneurialism, like anything tangential to that you think you should
I mean,
would recommend to someone?
immediately gut reaction, $100 million offers.
I was just
It's
gonna
up
say.
there.
Oh, mine's downstairs. We were filming with it.
Buy Back Your Time was a great one.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Are you checking your Audible list?
I am.
Heck yeah.
I'm just thinking of the ones that I've read multiple times.
Yeah.
And that I keep coming back to.
I gave Lefty a box set of
Good to great.
the Russell Brunson's books.
Yes, you did.
So you have the Secrets trilogy.
Super Fans by Pat Flynn.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
finished that in book club.
Finish that.
Yeah.
You
let's
mean
see.
this book?
That's the same one.
Oh my!
Oh my. The Alchemist.
Oh, I heard of that one.
And one more. The Obstacle is the Way, and Trust Me, I'm Lying.
Oh, Trust
The
Me, I'm
two-
Lying is
Oh,
good.
okay.
By all marketers lie. Sell. Tell stories.
You know what, guys? For the second time in a row now, I've watched the Arnold documentary, right, on Netflix. What I love about this guy is he's just so raw. He's just so raw and authentic. He's a kind of guy who said, like, you can't just do one thing. Like when he got into acting after he did the bodybuilding stuff, right? When he got into acting, he was like, you're not just the actor, you do the movie and that's it, the job is done. That's only 50% of the job. The other 50% is the marketing, the sales, of this, of that. He goes, how do you expect anybody to see your movie? So what I liked about him was that he was very about doing everything. Like he wanted to be a part of everything to make sure that whatever he did, he was like the most successful in. But at the same time, and I don't, maybe this is like a stab at marketers or whatever the case might be. He literally says, he goes, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all fluff. It's all bullshit. He goes, just sell the vision, but even the vision, it's bullshit. You know what I mean? And I love how authentic he is, because it is true at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with what you can and cannot do. It's the more so about the presentation is just fluff. You know what I mean? So it was a really cool documentary, and I have so much respect for that guy. I know a lot of people probably don't like him as much for certain reasons, but I mean, yeah, the way he worded things was just like right hit home for me for sure. And I think it hit home for me personally because everybody just watches my videos and they probably think like that's how I walk down the street. It's like, no, there's some sort of performance level to it. I'm not just sitting in my kitchen going, "Hey babe, you want to get 3 eggs and bacon?" And like, I don't act like that in person.
I really think that's how it happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
you're really ruining this for me right now.
I'm sorry. Well, look, here, firsthand, even though I still am a pretty energetic character, Molly, we've hung out so many times between the videos to how I am in person.
I don't want to ruin it for everyone.
You don't want to.
You're actually like that, no? So I think everyone has this in them, the ability to turn it on when you need to. Some of us are more practiced at being able to do that. Some of us have the ability to do that in different levels. And some of us are just more aware of the fact that we can, but we all do it. So think of it this way. When you go to see your grandmother, for example, how you act and how you present yourself is going to be a little bit differently than the way that you would interact with your best friend's 3-year-old. Right? You have a different energy, a different way of talking, and you're not worried about looking weird when you talk a little bit goofy to a 3-year-old, because that's the expected way of interacting. Then when you go to work and you have you go to your corporate meetings or something like that, well, then you have a different way of being, right? A different way of carrying yourself. You're still you. You're still authentically you. You're still passionate about the things you're passionate about. You just know that you deliver that information in a different way with a different level of personality. Same thing happens when you're on camera. You can flip that switch on. When you're filming different types of content, you have different levels of energy. So Lefty, you have that energy, you just don't have the like, you don't meet up with Lefty and he greets the nice waitress and he goes, "Hey, can I tell you 3 great things I'd like on my breakfast? First thing, I really like my own omelet. Second, I really want to be able to control all the toppings. And
I want to see.
I
want to see that video immediately, Lefty.
Third, I'd like a stack of 3 pancakes.
Like, if you can, make it after the show.
I know enough.
Lefty, next time we go for breakfast, we are going to film it.
I know enough people that own restaurants, and I could probably get them to just like not tell their servers that I'm gonna respond to them in that way, and we'll do it. It'll be so funny.
Yeah, sorry, I had to deviate there, but you need to do that immediately. Like, that has to happen.
Oh, I'm down for all fun, and yeah, I am. If you can't be recognized at Walmart, you were doing something wrong. I think I think I would be able to stand out at Walmart. I think so. I think so. Now you put me at Target, I'll probably blend in. But I mean,
Yeah.
Walmart, I'll stand out.
Yeah, I mean, just
Yeah,
speaking
yeah,
to that,
like,
you have, different volumes
Yeah.
and different, approaches. It's still you.
Yes.
It's just you're highlighting a different part of you that resonates better with your environment.
And in
Absolutely.
different situations, right? So, like, if we think back to Jim's show, I just keep thinking of X's and O's recently. It's been literally coming up in my dreams. So, if we talk about different energy in different situations, X's and O's, same situation, same show. Episode 1 versus episode 2,
Oh God, completely
right?
different.
So, episode 1, Jim, what was
Scared
the
little
story
boy.
behind episode 1? What were you
Scared little
feeling in
boy.
that moment?
Scared little boy.
Yeah, why?
Because I was terrified.
Yeah.
I was just afraid that I was going to mess up, and all this, all the stuff that you guys, have as
Yeah.
fears in your mind is like, I'm too pale, I'm too fat, I'm too dumb, I don't know enough, I haven't had enough successes yet. I'm being too loud, I'm being too soft, I'm not engaging with the audience enough, I'm not talking to the players enough, and all that kind of stuff. And like, this is not even useful, this is not fun, this is not entertaining.
Yeah.
All those things are just beaming through your head, just talking crap at you the entire time. But the
And I
difference
bet there was
between-
also another level of anxiety because you
Oh, yeah.
took on a huge new show, something
Yeah.
big, brand new. And my friends, okay, this setup that we have for tonight, it's a simple setup. Jim did not go simple. His first big show was like 12 times the size of this show, wrangling
It was
cats
bizarre. Yeah.
and the graphics and all
And
the
another
tech
shout out to
behind it.
Heather Murphy.
Like,
If you're watching out there, I could not have done that show without Heather Murphy. She helped me to wrangle all the cats.
all the cats.
How many names are on your email list? What were you thinking? At the time, I had 0 email list, and I never made an email list out of X's and O's until like episode 22 is when I started actually thinking about email lists at all.
Yeah.
What was I thinking? I was thinking we're all locked in the house and the world needs something weird. I want a UFO to go through your timeline.
And it worked.
And
It
that's
worked
what
well.
that's what
So
it
if we
did.
think about that scared energy, that anxious energy, that oh my goodness, there's so much overwhelm happening energy from episode 1, then we go to episode 2, or let's go episode 12, way further
Yeah.
down the line, when you have things a little bit more wrangled, you have a little bit more of a process. Let's not say it's fully automated, it's not fully perfect, but it's a little bit more organized. What was your energy level like then compared?
During that time, it was very like systematic at that point, because I had figured out at that point I hadn't quite gotten the Zoom issue figured out. So the Zoom issue, for those of you that didn't know or don't know, is at the time Zoom would prioritize video. So if you turned off your video for any reason, because you had to use the bathroom, you had to go feed the cat, whatever it is, then it threw you to the bottom.
Oh.
And in OBS, I was using a window capture, which meant whatever you see in the window I've created is what you see here as the end output. So when everything would jumble back around, now I become a contestant. Now one of the experts becomes a host. And so I would have to kick them all out of the Zoom call and bring them all in the order I needed them to be in.
Oh, wow.
And yes, Tammy was a part of that. Yes, that's how it was. It was, so I was just very like, all right, get it done. I know what I got to get done. I got to get done as fast as possible because I considered that dead air. And so in the radio industry, dead air means you're not talking, you're not progressing the show forward. It's literally you're dead in the water and people are going to leave your show. It's no longer interesting. This is boring. I'm moving on. The internet's a big place. Have fun. And so I consider that dead air. So the faster I could get it back, the more chance I had of retention.
Yeah.
And so instead of being scared in that moment, you had a system. You
I
had
just
a
knew
playbook.
what had to happen and I got it.
implemented.
That's it.
Awesome. But in terms of when you were talking on camera and when you were actually showing up in the show, when things were working smoothly, what was that comparison between those first times dealing with all this stuff in the back end, how were you
Mhm.
interacting with people, and then compare that to later on in the show?
At 12, then comparing to like 20s,
Start at like 1 when it was like
how I
episode 1.
interacted with people.
Yeah.
Sure. So in the beginning, it was just, oh yeah, I have a show I'm on, because I'm just trying to figure out the whole thing.
Did you have
So
your
I
message
made it up
down or
on the
anything?
fly. No, none of it. In the beginning, no, nothing.
On the fly.
It was literally, let's just do something.
I love
Cool.
that.
Action.
So it was literally just, I wonder if I can, to literally 48 hours later, we're doing it.
Amazing.
So from idea to conception to like ideation to conception, like doing the thing, was 48 hours.
Wow.
And then the day of, I had to completely remake the show an hour before the show.
Whoa.
Completely. Completely redo the whole thing. I was just sweating, like so nervous. And it was just friends and family, luckily. But it was my first, like, this is the show I'm going to show people for episode 2 that they're going to be on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was terrified. And so as far as like engagement and stuff like that, very little. I was letting the people I had on the show carry the show.
And you already had pre-existing relationships with them.
All of them. Yeah.
So
For the
you
most
already
part.
had
For the most part.
chemistry that you could
Yeah.
lean back on, which is
So it's just,
great.
you know, that let them be who they are.
Yeah.
You know, later on down the road, I figured out like, oh, you need a wild card.
Yeah.
You need this type of person. You need this mix of people to make it fun. Which Sam King was a big part of, you know, one of the wild cards. He would say crazy stuff all the time. And so shout out to you, Sam. But then midway through that show, I had gotten to the point to where now I'm engaged.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now I have my trivia stuff already laid out before me. I know that what's coming up next. I know what's going to happen, but there's issues. There's issues that don't have solutions. So I have these workarounds. Guy in the bathtub. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What?
So you
I
have
need
these
to hear
wild
all this.
cards that get thrown in, and then reacting to those wild cards was part of the entertainment.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize the why it worked until later.
Ah,
it
how
worked,
did you know it worked?
But I didn't know why it worked.
How
I just
did you
knew
know
that if
it
I
worked?
keep doing this, it's working, it'll keep working. So the way I figured out of that was reaching out and getting feedback.
Oh,
Of
okay.
like, why do you like the show? Why do you even watch? You're watching every single time and you're engaging and you're having fun. Why are you doing that?
Why?
Because everything goes crazy and you have to fix it. And then that's fun to watch you freak out. And then it's fun to watch everyone's reactions to that. So it was so much less about the content and more about the chaotic nature of the show that people were enthralled in. So I made sure to keep some of that as I started finding solutions, because that was some of the appeal.
And that
was
was,
that it was
literally
nutty.
what people were saying to you.
And that was the feedback I was getting. So after every show, I'd ask the experts if I remembered. Sometimes I was just like, oh my God, what just happened? But when I would remember, I'd ask them, what did you guys like about the show tonight?
Yeah.
What made you want to come on?
Mm.
And those are key questions for that in particular. And, you know, Tammy's talking about the guy in the bathtub. There was a guy that went in a hot tub, was on the show in a hot tub.
Come on.
There was another guy that was just running errands. He stopped at Arby's. He picked up some random things at like Walgreens, and he's on the show while he's running errands for the day. There was another person who was completely one light, just their phone light, completely wrapped up in blankets, so only their face shone through, and they're on the show. And the only light on them, laying down in bed, is the phone light.
That's
Just so many random crazy things that happened on the show. And then part of the fun was reacting to the craziness that's going on.
that is hilarious.
And that was part of the appeal of the show. But I didn't realize that midway through. Midway through, I go, it's working. Keep it alive. Just keep it alive.
We got a guest.
There's my baby Rambo.
The absolutely amazing puppers. What's up, puppy?
Oh,
Oh, that's a cute
Come
pup.
here.
Oh.
Come
It
here.
was just a cameo, Lefty. Just let it be.
How about this?
They just want film credits. That's it. So that I realized that now was a part of it. That was
Yeah.
part of the appeal that kept people coming back, was watching me try to make sense of all the chaos. And then obviously all my guests were awesome people, big personalities, big names, wild cards, weird people, funny people, and you mix them all together, and it was less about me
Yeah.
and more about what I had gathered
Yeah.
and just letting it unfold.
That's
And
awesome.
letting people interact with each other, and like you never knew who was going to be on with you, which also was a big problem. Is that there was drama? There'd be like, "Oh, Todd's coming on. Screw Todd. I'm out," and they would
And
tell
the
me
whole
like
fun
an
of
hour
it is
before the
trying to-
show.
And the whole fun of it is trying to hide who's going to be there. So there's
Yeah.
the surprise, and you get that chemistry and you get those reactions live. But then when people find out, oh, Todd's there.
Like
Todd
I remember
Smells.
Omar
I don't wanna
Ladder
be
came on the
virtual.
show. Omar Ladder interviews billionaires.
Yeah.
He came on the show. And I remember someone else on the show was a tremendous, I remember that too, Tammy. I remember they were a tremendous fan of Omar Ladder and like followed his content religiously. And they were like, "Oh my God, Omar." And like they were starstruck. Like, "Oh my God, I had no idea you were going to be on the show. This is so cool. I've been such a fan." They fangirled. Now, this is someone that I look up to is fangirling about somebody else.
Oh, that's so
It's like,
cool.
that's awesome. That
So
is really cool.
Nice.
And so I got to give not just the audience that experience, but they got to get the same experience I got, which was getting to meet my heroes
Yeah.
and getting to just relax and have fun with them. You know, the side of them that you never get to see because everything's very polished, scripted, finite, exacted. And on that show, it was the exact opposite of that. You got to see what it would be like if I could hang out with Marley Jacks.
Yeah.
I got to see what it would be like to hang out with Akbar Sheikh, Omar Ladder, Alan Dean. You know, the big personalities in the ClickFunnels space in particular is where I focused.
Yeah.
So all these people were running through the show. And so all I was doing was I learned a big lesson in leverage. And that was leverage your last win. Hey, this amazing person, huge personality that I know you look up to came on the show. Are you come?
Yep.
And then all of a
Literally
sudden it's
coming.
like, what the heck is this show? How did you get blah, blah, blah? And it's like, we'll come on the show and find out. Cool. I'm coming on tomorrow, you know, or whatever it may be. And so we started filling the shows 2 and 3 weeks out ahead of time. And Tammy brings up the thing that's near and dear to my heart. That's the biggest benefit I've had from the show, and that Molly is a direct result from, is that we made real, tangible friendships on that show. And that, you know, Tammy says she's still friends with some of the people that she met there. And that to me is the greatest achievement that show did. Is that it brought together a mass of people that otherwise may not have interacted in any way and formed a real friendship. That is the greatest achievement of that show. And I made it as just something for someone to experience during the pandemic.
It's beautiful.
I love
And it was something I just was like, I wonder if I can.
Yeah.
And then that became friendships made.
Yeah.
Business relationships. There was someone that cleared, I think she ended up being $18,000 she made the day after my show from someone she met on the show.
Amazing.
That's
They wanted
awesome.
to work with her. There was business being done.
Yeah.
And
Without
was
it
all-
feeling slimy and businessy.
without it. Yeah. And it was all fringe benefits of this just weird fever dream that I put on video.
Fever dream.
So it
I
was
think we
amazing.
should bring it
But the
back.
reason that happened is because I kept pushing through failure.
And I think what's also great about that story that I don't think I've ever pulled out from your story before is that episode 1, big idea, big overwhelm.
Mm-hmm.
Your guests were people who already had your back, who you know through and through, no matter what mistakes were going to happen, they were going to be there with you. They were going to
Yep.
stick around. They weren't going to judge you. They were going to have a great laugh. And then you were able to move forward with that. I think that's really important for people who are just starting out. Share your content, share your ideas, share your vision and your mission in your content and in your videos and in your posts and all of that with the people who you have around you, with the people you already have friendships and connections with. Don't be trying to just like, hey, Russell Brunson, I got a new post. Hey, Russell Brunson, I got a new
Yeah,
post. No,
right.
you can do that
It's
later.
like tugging on mommy's shirt, right? Like, mom,
Exactly.
mom, mom.
Yeah.
What?
Nobody wants
Start with the
that.
people who are around you because you'll be amazed. The people right next to you that you have a direct connection to may have connections to the people who are going to change your life.
Truly.
And it starts
And-
by you making that
Yeah.
first post.
As crazy as the show was, having 11 other people with me on every single week and then eventually every other week, was that I got to meet a lot of people very fast. And more importantly, they got to know me. And so my name spread like wildfire through our community of that's the weird ass guy that has the game show. And so, even if that's all they knew about me, they knew I existed on this earth.
That's all I knew about Jim. Jim is a guy with a game show who
That's all you
I
need
was
to
supposed
know
to be
at the time.
on multiple weeks, and it was like ships passing in the night. We just
Yeah.
miss each other. But I knew, I was like, I gotta meet this Jim with the game show. Jim with the game show. Who's Jim Beard? I don't know who Jim Beard is, but I gotta meet Jim Beard. This was me for like 6 months. Like, gotta meet Jim Beard. Gotta meet Jim Beard. And then
Which is insane to me. It's insane that you'd even care. Because I made, like I said, I made this fever dream and put it online.
Well,
And
you were
all
the
of a sudden someone gave a crap. I like, why? But it's because I came out, if I had to analyze it now, looking back, the things that made me successful was giving first.
Yeah.
Giving insane amounts of value coupled with entertainment, whether on purpose or by accident, is important.
Mhm.
Break the mold, be different. Do you have to give them something completely different? No, you can put a new spin on an old format, like I did. Hollywood Squares is a very old format. I took it, I refreshed it, and I put it somewhere where it was foreign.
Yeah.
Facebook. Do you have to do the same thing? No. Just make sure that your content is approaching something in a unique voice, method, or visual. And you're going to break the mold because you want it to where when you're coming through the timeline, it's going to break the pattern. And it definitely broke the pattern. It looked very different coming through a timeline. And then the next thing is follow up and build real friendship. And it's because of those things that there was a success there that still continues to this day.
So if you were to look back now and do one thing differently, what would you do differently?
On that show,
Or within the
I-
process or whatever? One thing.
I would have opportunities for the audience to take part in the winnings.
Ah, cool.
So kind of in the same way that AppSumo runs.
Yep.
To where a bunch of people collect together a deal that for 1 week you get a deal of the winnings,
Yeah.
whatever the winner is going to get, you could purchase that for 1 week.
Cool.
Mm.
Cool.
And that would give obviously the show a way to keep running
Yep.
and to keep going without, just the money going down
Yep.
because it costs time and money to make the show.
Yeah.
And it would allow us to get better opportunities, more eyeballs, better quality people. It would give us an opportunity to do more giveaways.
Yeah.
And then also, obviously, the winners, the experts, would get all those leads, and then they could, obviously market to those people if they so saw fit. So it'd be a mutual benefit to everybody, but to allow the audience to experience the winnings as well, to take part in some way.
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot because doing a lot of live video over the years with you, I've learned that some people just want to consume the video. They want to be part of the experience, but they're way more comfortable not on camera, but just engaging with the content that way. And
Yep.
then there's some people who love to be on video, and so allowing your audience to engage in the same winnings is a great way to also pay attention to those who are just passively enjoying but still contributing value, maybe in the chat or whatnot. So that's really
And the
cool.
last thing I would do is, there's a called Jack in the Box, Jackbox Games or something like that.
Oh,
Have you ever
yeah.
heard of those? So I worked with the developer for a while, and we just never really got it to hit to where the audience could actually play along,
Oh, cool.
and that
Cool.
they could win something potentially as well. That they would have their own side game essentially going on that they
Oh,
would
that's
be a
cool.
winner of, and they could participate in that.
That's
But we just never really got it figured out as far as the dev end of it.
yeah. Next time. There's always things
But I
we
mean,
can
really,
learn
the only thing I would change is more you,
or me.
involving you.
Me. You.
Audi-
Oh,
and
you.
audience members.
You. Oh, you're pretty. Yeah, you. Yeah.
Because that's what it's all about. Without you guys, there is no this.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
So that's the
Absolutely.
one thing I would focus more on is the
I
audience.
think that is the perfect message to end tonight's episode on. I really do. I need more of you.
Yeah.
More of you. So, my friends, Lefty, what are your closing remarks for tonight?
I'm gonna go with something that we spoke about at the beginning of the show. So my closing remarks is "Do Righty" by Lefty.
Trademark.
TM.
Jim, your closing remarks.
Get out there and fail faster. Don't forget to play.
Yeah. Your time is valuable. We thank you so much. We are so grateful for you spending your time with us. Mwah, mwah. Tammy, we love you. Blowing up the chat as usual. You win the commenter of the week for Friday Night Live. Heck yeah, Tammy. We'd love to see you come back. And that's it. That's it for this week, my friend. So join us in Book Club Thursday. We're starting the Brand Gap, so it's a great time to jump in on a brand new book. You can
Brand
also get brand new episodes of and Jen's coming back to watch the replay. Heck yeah. Jen's in our book club too. So you can join us for book club, brand new book. You can also check out the new Visibility Hackers podcast available on Spotify. And while you're at it on the Spotify app, why not leave a comment? You can leave us a voicemail, like an actual voicemail, and we might be able to play it in an episode. We'll see. Let me know. And we will see you in our next Friday Night Live. So that's me rambling. Go have a great weekend, everyone. Take some action, but also take some time for yourself. I love you. Be excellent to each other. And we're just going to end here. Bye.